Now that big host that the presider uses, and the reason why it's big is so that the people in the back can see what I'm holding. That's actually true. Because when we first started out, quite often we use a host about this big and be a little hard in the back. So we use a big one. But we do something very important. Again, you miss it because it happens so fast. The presider takes a piece of the host and places it into the chalice of the consecrated blood of Christ. What is that symbol? What does that symbolize? What it symbolizes is that Jesus is fully present, body, soul, and spirit, in the consecrated bread and the consecrated wine. Jesus is fully present, body, soul, and divinity, in the consecrated wine. And where that is important is because some people can't have this type of bread. Now, we have special bread in the tabernacle. By the way, for those who have a gluten issue in your lives, we have gluten, low gluten. It's not gluten-free. It's low gluten hosts in the tabernacle. If you are one of those who needs one, don't be afraid to ask. Ask the Eucharistic minister that you come before. We prefer that you come in the middle because we in the middle know what's going on. But if you come to one of the Eucharistic ministers and tell them you need that special host, they can get it out of the tabernacle, or hopefully when we remember, we'll have it on the altar. But that is the body and blood of Christ, that special host also. Okay?
This action of placing a portion of the host in the chalice had an enormous significance in the beginning of the church. It began with the Pope in Rome taking a host from the bread that he had consecrated and dropping it into a chalice of the precious blood and handing it to the deacon. The deacons would then take that out to the parish churches within the Diocese of Rome to symbolize the unity of the faithful around the Eucharist and the unity with their bishop, the Pope. In time, that was recognized as such a magnificent experience, they decided to have all the bishops do that as well. And so it went up to nearly the year 1000 when that practice reached a point of where there were just too many parishes, not enough deacons. We can't possibly keep doing this. But we don't want to lose that action. So now the presider takes a portion of the host that he has consecrated and places it in the altar chalice as a commemoration of that action. That is so important that at the end of Mass, the dismissal used to be, Ita missa est, go, it is sent. The it they're talking about is the fermentum. The people waited in the community until the deacon had taken the fermentum out into the community.
Fermentum, what's that?
Fermentum was the name of the chalice with the host in it.
Okay.
So that's what the phrase meant. Missa later became the name of the whole ceremony, from which we now get the name Mass. So that's what the origin of the name Mass is. The Missa